All right, so today we're going to predict every match for WrestleMania 41. And we're starting off with the opener of Night 1, which is presumably going to be Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the Yeet Master Jey Uso.
And also, it won't really be me and Trump doing the predicting. I mean, we'll put our input in, but it'll actually be Joe Biden, or an AI version of him, since the real Joe Biden is still gone if you've been watching our 2K25 series, since he has an accuracy rate of approximately 98.3%.
Yeah, that is correct. We had some of Biden's DNA from a freaky sleepover him and Obama had a few weeks ago, at least that's what it looked like, and we put it into some robot who will give us what Biden would predict for each match. So yeah, let's start this shit.
All right, so I predict that Jey Uso will win. They've been building up this feud of Gunther underestimating Jey and playing with him like he's nothing to him. And after what he did to Jimmy, I think Jey will more than likely win. Similar story to the one Gunther and Sammy had last year.
Yeah, I think every person with at least some brain in their head can agree that Jey is winning. And honestly, I dig it. He'll probably hold it for a month or two before dropping it, maybe at SummerSlam.
Well, I actually think Gunther is retaining.
And that's because you have no brain in your head. It's hollow in that bitch.
Whatever, Obama, but next, let's go over the tag team match where Raw Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, defend against the New Day.
New Day winning.
Any particular reason why?
Well, I think the War Raiders will win due to outside interference from Big E, seeking revenge from Kofi and Xavier betraying him.
Yeah, that's a much better reason, Biden, or Robot Biden, whatever the fuck you are.
New Day still winning and you stay crying?
Okay, bud, whatever makes you feel better.
And quick side note, we made this video prior to SmackDown yesterday, and it looked like Ray might have gotten injured in his 3-on-3 tag match he had. So the match with El Grande Americano, not Chad Gable, may be called off. And if this does happen, we think Ray Fenix may replace him.
You sure it's not Gable?
Positive, trust me, bro, I know my shit.
Well, I think Ray wins and they do the unmasking, ultimately revealing that it was Chad Gable under the mask. Shocking, I know.
Wrong.
He isn't wrong, actually, but next we have the United States title match where L.A. Knight defends his title against Jacob Fatu.
Jacob wins. Case closed. Next.
No, I have Knight winning.
Oh, come on. It's obvious that Jacob is winning. Ain't no one pinning him anytime soon. Unless it's me, but that wouldn't be in the ring if you're catching my drift. Ha ha ha.
That's pretty nasty, but I think Solo Sikoa interferes and costs Jacob while he tried to help him win, but it backfires. Then Jacob turns on Solo because he's pissed that he and Tama Tonga tried to help him despite him telling them multiple times not to.
Interesting. You're 2 for 4 right now, but next we have what I believe, I may be wrong, but the first women's match on the WrestleMania card ever to not be a title match where Jade Cargill goes up against Naomi.
I'm a little torn on this because in all honesty, I could see it going either way, but I'm leaning more towards Jade winning. I do think this feud will continue at SummerSlam with Bianca Belair getting more involved, and you'll see why with my prediction on her match later.
I have Naomi winning. I just think she needs the win a lot more, and it would be a good shocker.
I agree with Obama on this one. I just have a gut feeling Naomi will find a way to win. Use Jade's ring rust as an excuse or something, but next we have the pre-main event of Night 1, at least I think as of now, where Tiffany Stratton defends her championship against Charlotte Flair.
I have Flair winning this. I just don't really see Tiffany winning. And I know Flair doesn't need it, but that's just the position we're in right now, and I'd love to be proven wrong. But I also don't think Tiffany needs to be holding the title any longer. I think her reign has used its use.
I agree, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tiffany does find a way to retain. Similar to Gunther, she may become overconfident, and that's what Tiffany will take advantage of.
Yeah, good point.
Well, for the main event, we have what they're calling the biggest triple threat match of all time, where Mickey Mouse, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins go head-to-head.
What did you just call me?
He just called you Mickey Mouse, and you should be calling me the Tribal Chief because, well, I fucking am, bitch.
What?
Shut up, you morons. Let me predict this shit.
I thought Biden was dead or something.
So it'll be pretty much Seth and Punk fighting each other the entire match with Roman coming in there every now and again. But towards the end of the match, Roman tries to spear Punk on the outside, but spears Paul instead. Punk then hits Roman with a GTS on the outside. Punk then gets Roman back into the ring and hits him with yet another GTS. Punk then pins Roman for the 1, 2, but right before 3, Seth comes out of nowhere and stomps Punk from the top turnbuckle and pins him for the win. But here, something interesting may happen. Either Paul comes into the ring and joins Punk, or he joins Seth Rollins and becomes his Wiseman with Seth's favor. And if that does happen, I'll tie that in with a later prediction I'll have for the main event of Night 2.
I'm falling asleep over here, fam.
Stop impersonating me, bitch.
Calm down, Robo Joe, but I agree. Seth hasn't won a feud in so long, I can't even remember the last time he even won a WrestleMania feud, so I think this is the time. But I don't think Paul joins Seth, but I think he uses his favor to have Paul give him a title shot.
I'm thinking Punk wins and Paul joins Punk, setting up a match between Punk and Roman at SummerSlam. But it's time for night 2 now, and we're kicking it off with the Women's World Championship Triple Threat match, where Io Sky defends the title against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair.
Well, here's where my prediction is going to come in from the Jade and Naomi match from night 1. So what I think may happen is Bianca actually winning the match thanks to interference from Naomi as she's trying to gain her trust back. Now I see this happening even if Naomi does lose to Jade. But out of everyone taking the pin, I think Rhea Ripley should. This loss can rebuild her character a bit and become a little more self-centered in herself, as she's kind of just asserted herself into this match.
I don't know, I have Io Sky retaining without any interferences. I don't think her reign should be this short, and I don't really think it will be this short as she is one of Noseman's favorites.
Are you talking about my beautiful nose?
Rhea winning, for obvious reasons.
She don't know you, lil' bro.
I'm the fucking president of the country she lives in. Of course she knows me.
Well, she don't know you personally, lil' bro.
And she don't know your dumbass either, but next we have AJ Styles taking on Logan Paul.
This match has almost no story to it. Like, why are they even fighting? I feel like this is just a lazy way to get them onto the card.
You could say that about half of the matches we're talking about.
And why in the fuck is Karrion Kross involved in this shit? I mean, listen, I have no hate against the guy, and honestly, he's a little bit underrated, but why? Just why, man?
Don't ask me, ask Noseman.
I think y'all are obsessed with my big nose, but it's for Stephanie, not you idiots.
I agree with all of that, but I'm predicting Styles to win. This match could be match of the night or even match of the weekend if the IC title triple threat doesn't take the spot. I could see a world where Paul wins, but I don't think he should win. I feel like he should change his character a bit. It's been the same throughout his entire WWE career, and I think it could do with a little refresh, while still being a heel, of course.
Following that, we have the women's tag team title match where Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defend their titles against Lyria Valkyria and Bayley.
This one's pretty simple. Unless something really shocking happens, I just see Liv and Raquel retaining the tag team belts. However, after the match, I could see Bayley becoming upset that they didn't win, and she turns on Lyra, setting up another rematch for the women's IC title.
Yeah, probably, but as Obama was saying earlier, this is another match that just feels like it was thrown together just to get the 4 on the card. But I mean, they're on the card regardless, so why should I be complaining?
But next up, we have the match that I'm personally the most excited for, more than the 2 main events. And that is the IC title Fatal 4-Way match where Braun Breaker defends his championship against Penta, Dirty Dom, and Finn Balor in a match of the weekend candidate.
I agree with you on that one, Barack. This is going to be a hella good match. But I see most people on here saying that the title is going to change hands, but me personally, I just don't see it. I see Breaker retaining here with Dominic and Finn arguing with each other. Penta tries to steal the win, but gets caught midair with a spear, and Breaker steals the victory.
I kind of see Dominic winning. I can't even cap. Start up a feud with Finn, make Finn babyface. You got a good story there.
You could also see Penta win with how much time they've been investing into him as of late. Though it may be a little too early, but we'll see. Even a surprise Finn Balor victory would be cool. It's just really unpredictable. And any guy who wins would be a W. They did such good job on this one.
And another one you could say they did a good job on is this next match where I didn't have high hopes for at the beginning, but it ended up becoming something quite tremendous with Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre of what is technically a WrestleMania rematch from last year.
I think this should be a W for McIntyre. I bet right when the Fatal 4-Way match ends, they just cut backstage to Drew and Damian completely blowing the backs out of each other until they come to the ring and finish off the match. And I bet they'll break the infamous reinforced announcement table in the process that they've been hyping up for a while now.
We all agree on this?
Yepity, yep.
I don't really give a flying fuck about that. Obama, I'm just waiting for you guys to predict my match with dumbass Punk and dumbass Seth and dumbass Wiseman. And yes, he's in the match now. I'm making it a Fatal 4-Way.
We already did your match, and we all predicted you to lose. Sorry?
Well, it's time for the pre-main event, and I want to say something that I should have said a long time ago, and that's these matches are in no particular order besides the main event matches, so all of this could be completely different than what we see this weekend. But next we have the open challenge Randy Orton is issuing, since Kevin will not be there, obviously.
Well, now that Carmelo Hayes has won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, I could see that as his way of asserting himself into Randy's open challenge, just to lose, which honestly may be a bad thing for him since he literally just won the match.
That's a pretty sick idea, Joe. I could also see an open challenge and some new guy accepts it like Rusev or Aleister Black as they've recently signed with the company. But do they really want them to lose on their debut? And maybe even Nick Aldis gets in the ring, but I highly doubt it. Though that would probably be the best alternative to all of this.
I mean, it wouldn't really hurt them if they're literally getting the Cody Rhodes treatment and are debuting at fucking WrestleMania. But speaking of Cody Rhodes, we are on to the main event of night 2 after all of this time yapping our hearts out, with Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Undisputed Championship against John Cena. Sleepy Robot, Joe, take it away. I'm going to go get a chair and some popcorn real fast.
All right, so the two start off the match by just staring down each other, just let's go Cody, let's go Cena type shit. Cody will likely dominate the match throughout its entirety before Rock and probably Travis Scott come out to fuck things up after the usual ref bump. Cody does fight back against The Rock and gets a recip back to Travis from Elimination Chamber. But Cena sneaks up behind, hits an AA, but it gets countered into a crossroads. The Rock would then get back up and whip Cody a few times like he's a dog with the belt with his mother screaming and shit. The glass shatters, it's stone cold. Him and Rock go face to face and they brawl up the entrance ramp. Cody then gets back up to try and hit Cena with one last crossroads, but Travis Scott gets up again and sprays Cody with pepper spray or perhaps some sage like he did at Elimination Chamber. He then blinds Cody, setting up Cena to hit him with an AA, maybe even a super AA from the top turnbuckle into the announcement desk. Now that would be otherworldly, to get the win and the 17th World Championship. After the match, The Rock comes back and they cut to Stone Cold being all bloodied up in the back. They then do a generational beatdown on Cody Rhodes, putting him out of action. But I mean, he's advertised for next week's SmackDown, so I doubt they beat him up too bad unless they fucking with us. And yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
Am I the only one still awake? Seems like it, but you said Stone Cold was going to return last year and he didn't. So why should we believe you now?
Trust the process?
Okay, whatever, you'll get like half of them, right? Unlike me, I'm getting them all right because I'm just the best.
But one more thing. After all of that, the greatest professional wrestler of all time, Joseph R. Biden, will come down to the ring and beat John Cena, become undisputed champion, and making The Rock my personal bitch.
I think this robot is bugging out because it wouldn't be Sleepy Joe that shows up at WrestleMania. It's going to be the Big D Trump.